Okay, this is part 3 of the documentary, body image documentary video interview thing, Lux Cauldron. Hi! Okay, so the next question is... Ah, crap, I can't view it actually. Zoom! Oh, whatever. Okay. Has the media affected the view on your body? I'm gonna say kind of. Because never in a way that I had really wanted it to, but in a way of just sort of... You can't really help it. I mean, you get all your images about yourself based off of what you're surrounded by. So, I mean, granted, my household, everyone in my household was a little... We weren't like a health nut family. But it was... I don't know how to say this. I'm honestly not sure how much of an impact the media has had on my personal development, but I know it definitely has. I know that the media tells you, oh, masculinity is good, you know, if you're a guy, you're strong, you're tough, you can provide for people. And I know I've definitely taken that image to heart. I like to think that I based it because my dad has always been the more sane one, so I chose to take after him. But I think it might be a combination of seeing all this stuff, but then that sort of makes me wonder, like, girls aren't supposed to be masculine, according to the media. So it makes me wonder why I chose to go full throttle into the masculine area and decide this is the look for me. But at the same time, I still like hyper-feminine stuff. I don't know, it's complicated. Okay. Oh my goodness, I can't see more of this. Rotate. Zoom? Oh my god, why is there no zoom on this? Rotate. There we go, got it. Okay, so has the media affected the view of your body? Okay, so I already got that. Has the media formed a look or perfect body that's unrealistic? I think so, yes. Because a lot of the information that we get in the media is, at least for girls, is you gotta be tall and skinny, especially when you see these photos of these girls who have been clearly photoshopped, but still that's all the pictures you see, so that must be the right look, right? Or you see these fashion models going down the runway, and they're all very tall and skinny, and like they're slightly muscly, but not really. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm supposed to look like that. But at the same time, there has been a lot of change going on in that regard. Like, one thing that I actually just saw a few minutes ago before starting this whole recording was that for a long while, Victoria's Secret has been about, you know, buying clothes that make you feel good, buying clothes that make you feel sexy, sort of thing. Very confident was their goal. Confidence is key, kind of thing. You know, wear something that makes you feel good. It doesn't hurt that something that makes you feel good costs, you know, $80, but that's something else. But I remember seeing, it came up on my Tumblr, and it was this new campaign that they're doing, which is sort of it's supposed to be a consent is sexy sort of thing, so going into the rape culture area, the ask for permission and all that, which is a very important thing. And I noticed that all of their models were different. It wasn't all tall, skinny, muscular, you know, perfectly toned bodies. I mean, there was one or two of those, and then there was girls shaped like me, there were girls who were more like, they were heavier, they were, not obese, because obese brings to mind a very unhealthy, like, these girls were healthy, but there were larger girls and smaller girls and taller girls and shorter girls and girls with different colors, and it was really nice to see that, and there's been a lot more stress on that. People have been calling the media out on it a lot more. So there's been all these interviews going on. I remember with the Avengers, they were interviewing Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, about, like, you know, did you have to wear anything underneath the outfit? And she just responded with this look of, like, are you serious? Everybody else gets these nice deep questions. How do you get in character? Why did you want to go out for this role? You know, stuff like that. And you ask me about my weight? About what I'm wearing? What the hell's wrong with you? And Anne Hathaway did a similar thing as well, where they did this for both the Batman movies when she played Catwoman, and for the Les Miserables movie, where she was playing, I want to say Fantine, but I'm not entirely sure. But she had to lose a lot of weight because she was supposed to look like she was starving, she was dying. And both times they were asking her, like, oh, so, what did you do for the Catwoman one? It was, what sort of routine did you do to, like, did you have to do any sort of routine? Did you have to lose a lot of weight to fit into the cat suit? And she responded with one of my favorite responses, which is, what? Why? Are you trying to fit into a cat suit? Are you trying to lose weight? Like, she completely called him on it. I loved that. And for the Les Mis one, they asked her how she went about losing 25 pounds, as though it were a glamour thing, and she responds with, I wasn't doing it to be pretty or anything. I was doing it to look like I was dying. This is not a glamorized thing that girls should be striving for. I was supposed to look like I was starving to death in the streets. And I just thought it was incredible. So there's been, and then even just from regular people, I scroll through, the only website that I really use now is Tumblr, and they're very big on the social justice blogging, and just going through and calling people on their shit, and it's wonderful. Because there's so many things where they'll take an ad campaign, and they'll look at it, and they'll pick it apart and be like, these are all the just different ways you can change it, and a lot of the times, the media actually they change what they have. They're starting to realize that having nothing but stick thin models, that's not everybody. That's part of the population, but it's not everybody. A lot of people don't look like that. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And to have nothing but the exact same figure again and again and again, if enough people start shouting, they have to be heard, right? And that's what's been going on. And I think that's really, really good that it's actually changing. Alright. So they have a body, but the old body is unrealistic, but they're forming a better one, which is saying, look, there's no perfect body. There's 50 bajillion variations of people. And just, there's too many types to have one particular set be your example. Okay. And the last question on here is, what can you say to other girls of shapes and sizes about how they should feel? That's a weirdly worded question. I realize we probably should have written that a little better. But any advice I would give to other girls regarding their shapes and size and image? I'm gonna give the advice of, don't do what I did. If you can, try to stay away from all that, because I starved myself. I tried to do the binge and purge thing, except found out that I can't make myself throw up, which is kind of a weird thing. So I starved myself, I binged. I've done like a mild form of self-harm because I just hated how much I looked. I mean, I never cut myself or anything, but like the parts of my body that I hated, I would hit them. Like, I would hit my upper legs, or I would hit my stomach or something like that until it left bruises. And it was nothing that anybody would ever see because, this is a shameful thing that you shouldn't be showing. But that's something that I did. I've stopped now, and I'll admit that some thoughts have come back to me, like the binging and purging thing coming back, because I've been sick for the last couple of weeks, which has made it easier for me to, it's actually made it possible for me to make myself throw up. So it's been coming and going in waves for the temptation, but I have fought it off, and I plan to continue doing so, yes, because that is not a healthy way to live. Because don't view food as this all-important thing. Food should not be your world. I mean, I realize I'm saying that and I'm going into cooking, which is kind of silly, but food should not be everything. It should not, what was this quote? It was, eat food to live, don't live to eat food to live kind of thing. It's, use it as a fuel. Don't realize that your body does need to eat. You need to eat foods that are good for you. You can eat foods that are crappy for you too. Indulge, that's fine. You want to eat a chocolate bar? Eat a chocolate bar. Great. If it makes you feel good, then eat it. Who cares? One chocolate bar is not going to make or break you. But my advice is be healthy, as vague as that sounds. Listen to your body. My general rule of thumb has become like, okay, let's stop, it's post-workout time, let's stop, listen. What am I craving? Oh, my throat's really dry. Let's go drink some water. Oh, that was really good. Yay, I guess I was craving water. I'm craving salt. What's something I can eat that's fairly good for me and has salt? Let's have some nori snacks. Oh, I'm craving protein, but I don't have the time to cook like a full salmon steak. I'll have an egg. Or, tuna sandwich or something like that. Listen to your body and go. If it's telling you, I need this thing, if your body's screaming at you, give me orange juice, give it orange juice. It's pretty simple. So, that's my advice, is don't do whatever feels comfortable. If you listen, your body will tell you what it needs you to do. Like, when I'm in the middle of an exercise, if I've been doing, arm workouts for a long time, and I've done tons of arm reps and tons of squats or something like that, and I get this feeling that, like, my stomach hasn't been worked at all. It's the only part of my body that hasn't really gotten any movement. Then I get this feeling that says, hey, do some stuff that'll actually activate your stomach area. And I do, and it works. So listen to your body. That is my core advice, is to listen to your body, please. You only get the one, okay? So listen to it. Be careful with it. Take care of it. And I'm not saying you have to go out and become a marathon runner. If you don't want to be a sporty athlete, don't be a sporty athlete. It's just, I say, get off the couch, move a little bit. Like, if you're bored, it's actually a very good way. If you find yourself restless at nighttime before bed, a really good way I've learned to use up some more of your energy, if your daily routine doesn't use up enough of it, is to just, like, go for an extra walk around the block or something. Or do jumping jacks for a minute or something like that. And actually, it's a very good way to get you to fall asleep if you do exercise about 2 hours before bed. But anyway. So, listen to your body. Listen for if it's calling out for any foods. Listen for if it's calling for exercise, for movement, for sleep. If your body's saying, like if you have this feeling in the back of your head, it kind of feels like I have a cold, but I'm not really sure. Well, maybe you've got a cold. Try some of those home remedies that you have that are said to cure it. I'm pretty sure that I've had a sinus infection for the last couple weeks. I haven't gotten it checked, but I'm pretty sure. And then I went on and I checked, I just had a feeling. And I went on and I checked the symptoms, and yeah, it lined up. So I think I have a sinus infection, so I gotta get that taken care of. But anyway. I say that a lot, but anyway. This is a very rambly video series. Yeah, so my final advice is, you only get the one body. So, make the best of it. I didn't like how I looked for a very long time, and I'm still uncomfortable with how I look. But I'm working with it. I'm dressing ways that make me look how I want to look. I'm changing the things that I can change. Like, I found out I really like getting piercings. So I now have 6 on my lobes and 1 on my cartilage because I really like them. Because they make me happy. And I found out a while back that I like dyeing my hair, so I bleached all my hair white because I really like the color. And I like having it short, so I keep cutting it short instead of letting it grow out. Don't listen to what other people tell you is the right thing to do, okay? Just listen to yourself. Asking others for advice is perfectly fine. I encourage it so much. Because there's a lot of stuff that you just don't know based off your own experience. Like, what was it? Just the other day, I found out, I've had these, bumps on my back kind of thing. Like, they come and go. And I never really knew, I didn't really know what they were. They never concerned me, really. And then my mom was dyeing her hair the other day, and I noticed that her back has the same thing. And I was like, oh, that's normal. And then she, explained to me, yeah, that's normal. It's something that our family gets. So I heartily encourage you to ask questions. If you want to know about something, go find out. You got the whole internet at your disposal if you don't want to talk to somebody who you'll see face to face, which I can totally understand. The internet has taught me many, many things. A perk of being a child of technology. So ask many questions. Ask so many questions. If you think of something, some random little thing that seems totally insignificant, and you want to know the answer to it, find out. Pursue it. Ask people around you. Ask online. Just ask. Ask everyone you can think of. If you have a question, don't stop until you know the answer. Keep learning. Keep listening. Okay? Because the best way that you're going to be able to take care of your body, the best way you're going to be able to have a healthy life, is if you listen to what feels right to you. If it feels right to you to be a little heavier set or a little thinner or something like that, cool. Go with what feels right. You'll know when you're at your best point. You will feel right. I promise. You will feel right. That sounds kind of cheesy, I know. And I'm sorry that it does. But that's the best advice that I can give you, is listen, learn, and just trust your instinct. Okay? That's what I've got. Alright. Thank you very much for listening if you managed to get through all 3 of my videos. And that's it. Nox Cauldron, signing off.